No, I was gonna say it's a shame StarCraft 2 is kind of written like butt overall because
Does it play really well?
the maps are really fun in most of it. Heart of the Swarm is a bit funky because it's really Kerrigan centric, but the other two campaigns are really good. And Wings of Liberty, I really like. You basically get to pick and choose the upgrades for your army, and it's a permanent choice. So every playthrough is kind of different, even if you go to the same maps.
Hmm.
And that's what I really like about Wings of Liberty, and like none of the other StarCraft campaigns are like that at all. Because like StarCraft 1 and Brood War are just here's what you do in the map, right? They don't have that stuff, and your choices aren't permanent in the other two campaigns, so you just basically just get to swap your well, there's some like you get a choice but like you don't get to pick between units in Heart of the Swarm quite like you do in Wings of Liberty.
The beautiful thing about Red Alert 2 is honestly the FMVs. They're so good. My brother and I just quote the opening sequence of RE2 Red Alert 2 multiple
to be fair,
all the time.
I quote RE2 a lot.
The president of the United States dialing up the Soviet premier. They're like, "Hey, weren't we supposed to be allies?" And he's like, but I have my legacy to think of. And then the president's just like, I don't give a wooden nickel about your legacy. Just so good.
That's the important thing about the Command & Conquer series, is the earnestness of the FMVs.
Like, all I would want out of an HD, or like a re-released HD port type thing, if you got those original FMVs, I don't care, run them through an AI upscale or something. Don't re-record them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm positive that the actor who played General Carville has passed away at this point. Do not re-record them.
Drop sequence initiating.
If you do re-record them, approach them with the same community theater spirit that the originals have.
Yeah. They're so good. It's just so much fun. But yeah, like, you can get... I mean, it would hopefully it would be, Red Alert 2 plus Yuri's Revenge. Because, really, you do want them both.
I never actually played it.
That reads to me exactly the same as if you're gonna play StarCraft 1, you're gonna count Brood War in that.
Well, they're actually pretty different. They can be pretty different. Base Red Alert 2 has a number of things that are... The Soviets basically got a whole bunch of stuff that would later be siphoned off into the Yuri faction, because Yuri is essentially a breakaway Soviet faction.
Oh, so it's sorry for continuing with the Blizzard RTS analogies. It's like a Frozen Throne, then.
No, it's fine. If you've got an analogy, go for it, because I don't know.
In the campaign, like they're not available in multiplayer, but in the campaigns of the Frozen Throne, Warcraft 3, there's just a fuck ton of micro factions that have basically entire tech trees you get to interact with. It's really it's an interesting decision.
Yeah. So basically.
Yeah, no, I'm ceiling mining.
I don't know. I'm just going to talk about this now because I loved RE. I love Red Alert 2, even if I can't remember the name properly.
Look, a Resident Evil RTS would be really fun. Keep saying RE, will it into existence.
Yeah, you can get all your hero units off the main characters.
Yeah. They can do their funny flips and QTs and shit.
Yeah. But
I
no,
mean, Tanya is basically a Resident Evil character.
Yeah, kinda. So basically... Oh, here's jet boots.
Ooh, jet boots.
I got boots. So basically, the RA2, goddamn, just has like it has 2 campaigns, 14 missions apiece. 14, 12? Actually, I think it's 12.
Soviets have a longer campaign. I might be remembering.
Boots open.
I thought one of the factions had a longer campaign than the other one, but to make up for it, the missions for
I think they're balanced.
the Allied side were a bit more involved.
I think they're balanced, but I don't recall. Is Molly down here?
Don't let me equip.
There she is. But yeah, no, it's real good. And then the Yuri expansion is 7 more missions on each side. But it's just fun because the whole thing is presented as just, you know, that it's just alternate history. And it's just like a lot of fun, campy alternate history.
This is the timeline where Albert Einstein invented time travel.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But he
I get
invents time travel in like the 90s. He's like alive in the 90s instead.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, there's the trophy. Oh, we forgot the trophy blast mission.
Hold up. I was gonna take a screenshot of all those fucking Hulu caps.
Oh
but
my
it's too
God.
late now.
My sound is cutting out from all the stuff going on.
Yeah, that's a lot of dudes. Okay. Okay, buddies.
But yeah, so what ends up basically happening is the Soviets have this guy Yuri who's a psychic, and he's an advisor. And on the Allied side, you fight against him and all that. On the Soviet side, he eventually takes over the Soviet side. He usurps the premier. The Yuri's Revenge expansion ends up going off of like... Yeah, I know, really. I have a ton of them. The Yuri's Revenge expansion goes off of the Allied side for its like the Allied campaign as its start point, the end of the Allies. Like Yuri's in hiding. The Soviets are kind of still going, but not fully. But then what ends up happening is like on that side, the Soviets you steal a time machine from the Allies to go back and get help and like prevent the Soviet loss.
Oh, roller.
Okay, buddy.
It's a lot of fun. It's so goofy. Like Mission 2 of Yuri's Revenge on the Allied side is in Hollywood. It's just in Hollywood, and you get a whole bunch of like 80s action star unique units that'll assist you.
I made a platform.
You don't have to keep them alive or anything, they're just there.
Oh, hello.
But what I would really like for them to do is if they did do it, they would absolutely need to go and do some rebalancing, because Yuri's faction is completely broken in multiplayer. 150% broken.
Think we get to name it?
Cheap resource costs, strong units.
Strong units, and also he is a like I said, he's a psychic, but a mind-controlled kind of psychic. And his literal defenses and all that stuff are built around the idea that instead of, getting hit with a Tesla coil or whatever, you get hit with mind control, and your dudes just instantly are mind controlled, and you cannot. You need to, anytime you go against like one of his towers or something, you need to have like double the units with them, because they'll just get towered, which kind of sucks.
In Wings of Liberty, you can get that as an upgrade at the very end of the campaign, and it only works on Zerg, and it's only in the campaign. The tower that does the mind control exists. That seems like it's way too strong for multiplayer.
This is not good.
No, it's not. This sucks.
Please.
Please, game, let me put this down.
Hello.
Shield up.
Driller, help.
I did. Do your thing.
I need a connection point. Oh, I got it. I got one.
Shield charge.
You want? There you go.
Like that. Hammer connected.
All hammers read green. You can start them up when ready.
Ugh.
Jackhammer ready for action. The rock cracker pod is burning hot.
Trackers online. Load up. We're bound to have incoming.
But yeah, so you get something like, I don't know, what is it? It's like 30, 40 missions.
Where's the other? Are they both up there?
Yeah, they're both up here.
Marker up.
And there are
So
people that have done custom campaigns for it. Now, it doesn't have like the same kind of custom campaign support that like Age of Empires does for ease. But it is still... Ow. I remember...
So loop back to the other RTS that I have played. Let me describe to you one of the worst games I have ever played on the Nintendo DS.
Oh no.
So, to begin with, when I say it's an RTS, that's the best genre that it fits in.
Like Pikmin.
That is not necessarily the worst comparison.
75%.
I know people consider Pikmin an RTS because it kinda is.
It kind
Kinda
of
is. I don't know what other genre I would put that particular game in, to be honest. But, so, you control...
Oh, hello, Oppressor.
You control, your human unit. You know, and that's... If you die, it's game over.
The samples you find inside.
But, to counter this, you have access to elemental magics. Which, this being a DS game, means drawing on the touchpad to use the spell that you want to use.
Oh, classic. Just
Don't
have
call
Molly
me God,
This
call
works-
me Den.
I'm pulling Molly down here, it's easier.
This is the best.
This works exactly as well as you think it does, by the way.
Here on
Oh, call me Den.
This rock box hurts.
Holy fuck. The brush strokes with the touchpad are not as responsive as the fucking brush strokes on the PS2 controller.
Liberation.
And then, to add to your army, there's a Pokemon mechanic.
Oh no.
Excuse me?
So, you have to damage enemies to a certain point, and then Darkness Magic creates a capture spell that allows you to capture
Do you draw circles around them?
monster. No, you just have to leave a book on the floor with the capture, with that's...
I was gonna say, is this Pokemon Ranger?
No.
Who made this game?
That's a good question. I'll have to look it up when we're not in the middle of a mission. But also, this game has a branching storyline,
Praetorian.
which is relevant in the sense of, on one branch, you get access to the tier 3 spells, because the way you make stronger spells is combining the same element multiple times. And on the other branch, you get access to combination magic. Meaning, like, oh, you mixed fire and water or whatever, and it does, like, steam cleanse. Also, some of the spells require you to, after you draw the symbol to get the spell, you have to draw on the fucking map for where you want it to affect.
Strange.
It's
I think we can push the button.
Yeah, it's odd, and if it wasn't such a, like, if I didn't remember it being really bad, it would be a game I would love to stream at least once.
I mean, sometimes you can get away with streaming a game you know is bad. I've streamed Sonic Adventure.
The thing is, if I want to stream a DS game, it's gonna be Magical Star Sign, because that's probably my favorite. Not enough people played this, and it needs more appreciation game.
Oh, it's right here.
Okay, Ty, but
Wanted us to go
also,
around that.
but also, I respect Sonic Adventure, and I think that's a difference.
Absolutely.
I think there's a difference.
I think it's bad because I played Sonic Adventure 2 first, and I'm one of those people. So,
Oh God.
but it's a game that everyone has to play at least once.
Well,
You
I was
gotta
saying,
understand what this fucking Sonic game did to the industry.
well, like what I was
The
getting
Dreamcast
at is
came out
more
a whole
just
year before the PS2 did.
what I'm getting at is the like the game we might say the game is bad, but I still respect it. There's a difference
Yeah.
between a bad game that you don't respect and a bad game you do.
Shield charged and ready.
Yeah.
Lost Magic was published in Japan by Taito and in America by Ubisoft.
Oh, it's one of those games.
Developers Garakuda Studio.
Probably a small team that did like 1 or 2 projects and then that's
and then
it.
disappeared.
There were a lot of them at that time. You could get away with
Giant Bomb
that.
say about them? They made Lost Magic, Graffiti Kingdom, and Magic Pengle: The Quest for Color, and
Okay, so
nothing else.
I was off by one.
I have heard of Pengle and Graffiti Kingdom, and they are like the cult classics of cult classics.
Done. Keep at
Are
it.
they better?
Get through.
They're strange.
They're Japan only PS2 games.
Drop pod is cleared. Warm up.
One
you
of them
need to
came
know.
out in the US, I think.
Or maybe they both did. No, they both
I think
did.
Pengle did.
No,
Okay,
they
they both
both
did.
did.
Round of
But they were both
please.
localized by different companies, so. Okay.
The spiritual
like,
successor,
like-
Pact of Magic, was also developed by Taito but published by Nintendo.
Like when people say they want more games like what was on the PS1 or the PS2, these are the kind of games people mean.
So here's something that should kind of give you a feeling of how questionable this game is. It's got a Metacritic of 68, and most places aside from Famitsu have it as like a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10.
Not bad. Not bad.
A
Middle
video
of the road.
game. No, a video game 5 out of 10 is bad.
I know that, but it's
Yeah.
also bullshit, you know?
Consider yourself warned.
So it's a god hand, not an Imagine Babies.
Grip.
Like, I'm sure there's somebody out there who would hear this conversation and, like, hate me for it, but, like, kill your nostalgia. There were much better games on that same console.
On the PS2?
No, on the
No.
DS.
Oh, on the DS.
Oh, sure.
Not better. I don't know if there were better RTSs.
No, I'm trying to
But there
think
were
of
better
DS
RPG
games I like.
Yeah.
'Cause in
Again, I
hindsight,
will
there was
sit
a
here and
lot
go
of
to bat.
stinkers on the DS.
I will sit here and go to bat day in, day out for Magical Star Sign. That game fucking whips, and not enough people played it.
You're right, I have not played it, so I cannot say if it is in fact good or bad.
I cannot say if
It's-
it does, in fact, whip.